Uh, so it's a new video, and you know what that means. The children are back in school. Okay. Good times. Actually, wonderful times. I'm not sure where you're watching from, but our kids were um, put into remote learning for a few weeks after the Christmas break, like a month and change. No, even less than that, I think. So, anyway, they went back. That means it's Friday, and that means it's a card reading. So, I actually did a live yesterday on my Instagram, which is at Carolyn Sturm, CarolynSzturm, like Mary. And I used this deck, and two cards popped out, which was like totally amazing. And it's really, they were sitting on the table, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to do like a bit of a more in-depth pull. And, whether it relates to yesterday, I mean, everything's connected. So, um, okay, so what I love about these decks, and this is Rebecca Campbell, and the artistry is by Danielle Noel, is there's little messages on the inside. Hang on, there we go, which is like backwards for you, but anyway, it says your heart is a portal. I like that. I've been doing a lot of heart chakra healing, everyone, and it's really no joke. And for my fellow folks who are on their healing journey, definitely sending love and vibes because sometimes it's gritty in the world of healing and grimy. And there's no escape. You just have to go through it. Remember that song when we were a kid? Going on a lion hunt. Gonna catch a big one. Can't go under it, can't go around it, can't go over it, gotta go through it. Okay. Did anyone freaking hate Girl Guides other than me? I remember my mom wanted to put me in, and I was like, no, that's a no from me, okay? Oh, my poor mother, and trying to force me to do things. When you're an introverted Cancer and your mom is an extroverted Sagittarian, you're getting dragged around. But I am thankful for it now because I definitely, whoa, stop it right now. I definitely make a wonderful sidekick. Okay, holy, what in the who and where, when, why is all of this? Spirit was like, listen, I said in depth. I didn't say like, a 3 hour read. You know what I'm going to do? You're like, no. I'm going to shuffle and we're going to pop out. Wow. I'm excited for this reading. I'm also really excited because I have a couple Reiki clients today, and I love that about Fridays because it's like an open Reiki day. Thank you very kindly. Two popped out. You're telling me five. All right. They say five, so that's what we do. Okay. Whoa. Okay, okay. Sorry, I need, oh, one day it'll all work out and it'll be fine. But it's fine right now. Okay. So, holy moly. This is some good messaging today for us. I'm looking forward to sharing. Okay. So, whew, I do just want to say that the first card that came out was a card that came out yesterday. So that's pretty interesting. And I feel like if you're someone watching this, you probably are already that type of a person. Empathic Starseed is our first card. And to me, it's funny because I'm like, okay, Spirit. Um, we were joking yesterday on the live that like Spirit's just going to tell you what's up, just right like that. Okay. We do with that information. Okay, so let me show you this, friends. So pretty. So pretty. Empathic starseeds. We are here to shift the world through our physical presence alone. We don't need to do anything beyond being here, thanks to the energetic change in that our physical presence causes. So, firstly, I want you to really think about that. Our physical presence, your physical presence, causes um, like energetic changes in people. So when you're empathic, that means not only are you feeling the energy of other people, it also means your whole vibe can switch a dynamic of a room. Um, I think that's why people, it's like they love to have us around because they know they're going to feel good. It's about how we feel, right? It's great to make other people feel good, but what's the energetic exchange of that? How is the reciprocity in that? Good. Sorry, my cats talk to me and I talk to them back. And I'm not really sorry. I'm just Canadian, and so I'm sorry. Um, fooled you. Okay. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Sorry, I'm like, hey, do you like that card? Do you like just seeing the corner? It's so pretty. Many are prone to addiction and depression or tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for their own. Natural introverts. They tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. Listen. Crowds can be overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically. Listen, that's a whole topic. How many of us are really, I guess, even in tune with our awareness of that within us, but then are doing the things we need to do for ourselves, especially when it comes to energy. When we feel other people's energies, we bring that into like it enmeshes with our energy. So it's super important to like have an understanding of your own energy and be able to be like, oh, no, you tried, and then just kindly and firmly, it's a no thanks, and you are not allowed. Okay, so we're going to back that energy up. I'm going to claim my own, and we're setting those energetic boundaries with people. If you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace, instead put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressures of the world off your plate. Listen, we be feeling it, okay? We feel it. Switch off to switch back on. Do whatever you can to take the pressures of the world off your plate. Spirit's like, you can read that again. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more. That's a whole other video. But perhaps being present in our life is enough. This could be a phase you're going through or simply how you're being called to live your life. If your work involves giving to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't need to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before feeling you should offer it to the world. Indeed, it is necessary if you want to continue to do so sustainably. Oh, my little helpers out there, I love us. How can you take better care of yourself energetically? Is the Soul Seed inquiry today. Ugh, it's so funny. We get so caught up in things, and over the pandemic, it's been a trip, and everyone's in having their own experience of what this has been and what this has brought about. And you know, when you're an empathic person, and it's not to say that like, oh, you're not. It just is like, are you in touch with it? Everyone's empathic, but how deep do you want to take it? Do you really want to go there? Because when you really open that door into spirituality and exploring what your divine purpose and connection is and like getting in tune in them ways, it's it's a trip. It's a trip. I'm a spiritual freak, so I like stuff like that. So I'm like, ooh, what's behind that? Boop. Like when I give Reiki, listen, a door opens, I'm like, we're going in. Like, what's in here? I want to see. So And everyone's not as jazzed about like spiritual exploration and like knowing our own internal essence as I am. But there is so much depth and healing can come from that. And when you're empathic in a way where you know that you are, and you're in touch with that in wherever you're at in that, it's super important to remember that the most important person that we have to take care of is ourselves. No one is going to make good choices in our lives for us on our behalf other than us. We decide, right? Here, something comes up and it's this or it's that or it's this or it's this. We make those choices. What is the intention behind making the choices? Are we really taking good care of ourselves in our choices, right? Um, Especially when we know better and then we struggle to do better. And it isn't about judgment, it's just about unlearning and going in that energy spiral flow. Our chakras move like this. They're radiating energy light that is in movement, it's in motion. And when we take on things as empaths, you know, it said about your energy, what's amazing about Reiki is it actually cleanses. So it's like cleaning out everything that's weighing down your chakra from just moving the way it's supposed to, right? In one with the universe and harmony with the universe, and just really us being in touch with our authentic selves. And everyone's in a different place on that journey. So this is our reminder that we are number one. We have to take care of ourselves. It's okay to be like, I thought I was extroverted, and being like, no, you were pretending. You were just pretending because that's whatever it was for you. Like, you know, maybe you were raised by extroverted parents. Maybe, you know, there's so many different reasons, not any to judge, just to understand, right? So do some thinking about that today. What can you do today to take better care of yourself, to treat yourself like a precious baby? Like, oh my gosh, wrap me in a blanket, put me on your lap, rock me to sleep. But, you know, I might just go in my bed and lay down. Okay. So, I'm so curious about this next card because I've yet to ever pull it. And I just can't wait to see what it says. I love this about decks. You know, there are so many messages in them, and it just depending on what's happening is what's coming out, as you know. That's just like spirit being like, you getting this? Because here's what you need to see today. Okay, Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. You're more protected than you can imagine. It's safe to open the back of your heart. You're being called to be open to receiving a new level of support now from those in your life and from the benevolent beings you're connected with. That's good news. Through ancestral patterning, current life traumas, and past life karmic impressions, many of us have become mistrustful and suspicious of loyalty and have blocks when it comes to receiving support. Listen, if you have a chance to do some past life healing, I really strongly recommend it. If you're interested, I know someone who's wonderful. She is my like past life regressionist person, and having a session allowed this healing that had been like happening for lifetimes. Like this incident with this person happened in another lifetime, but it was still coming into my life today, and I was like, that this has to go. Like, I don't need to live another life with this dynamic. And I feel like that's like this the perspective, a great perspective to have in terms of healing, because then we can kind of look at it a little more objectively. It's hard to be objective in our own lives, right? We all have bias, we're all biased, we all, you know, have all that stuff. So but to look at it from that angle of like, okay, in this life, if I can like deal with something so that when I come back again, I don't need to deal with this cockamamie, I'm good. That's what I want to do in this life. So it helps. And so I love this thing of like, there's more to the story of what's going on with what this card means for you than just this life. And the answers are there for you. There's nothing that's actually hidden. It's about going and doing that spiritual journey. We've learned that we need to go. Actually, I'm going to reread this again, the last sentence, okay? Through ancestral patterning, current life traumas, and past life karmic impressions, many of us have become mistrustful and suspicious of loyalty and have blocks when it comes to receiving support. We've learned that we need to go at life alone, that it's not safe to let our guard down and open our heart, that the world isn't a friendly place. The Star Brothers want you to have a new experience of life on Earth. They want you to feel deeply secure and safe, even if you're going through a difficult time. They want you to hand over your fears to them, to see them as opportunities to let in more love. They're guiding you to stay open to receiving a greater level of support than you can ever imagine, both in this world and beyond. To call in your team of loyal protectors and supporters, both physically and energetically. They want you to learn to soften through life's ups and downs and to learn to open your heart, especially when it wants to harden. The Starseed Soul Inquiry is, how can you open yourself up to receiving more support? Very interesting, and connects them with the first card, because the first card was about us loving ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and that does include seeking support and letting love in and letting in and knowing that um, it's safe to trust people. Depending on where you're at with that statement, you might have a little more work to do to get to a place of feeling like where I'm at in my life, I'm very I'm very aware of who's in it, you know. I get the process of getting to know people. If something doesn't feel right or doesn't turn out to be right, I'm totally content to be like, no, thank you, and have a nice day. You know, getting to that place, being in that space, it takes work, but it's absolutely attainable. Um, and the Star Brothers card is saying, whatever this is related to for you, you're good. You're going to be okay. So go with that. Trust that. Allow people to support you. It feels wonderful. It feels absolutely wonderful, and it lightens our load, right? And that's part of what we need to do. We don't have to carry everything. We don't have to save everybody. We don't have to, do all the things in a day. We can take care of ourselves. In fact, it's essential. It's essential for us to do that. We're here for reasons. And if you feel like, well, I'm not sure what my reason is, then that just gives you an area of exploration in your life to kind of figure out, like, okay, what really is my reason? Like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What's going to fulfill me? What's that going to do? And and to know that there is someone that you can trust, and explore that with and figure those things out with. Okay, exciting, because another card I've never gotten before. Surrender to the sweetness. Listen, you don't even know how badly I want to surrender to the sweetness. What is this card? Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Don't mind if I do. This is a sensual, highly feminine card. It's a call to surrender to the sweetness of life, to let the ever abundant feminine take over, to taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow, to let your senses take over and really drink in your life with wonder, to get intoxicated on the simple bounty that this planet has to offer and which you have within you when your well is full. Hello, 1 and 2 cards. Hi. Okay. The ancient Babylonians connected the feminine goddess Ishtar to the planet Venus, and in Roman mythology, Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. In our night sky, aside from the moon, Venus shines the brightest. Time is our most precious resource, and it's the greatest healer. If you've been all work and no play, this is a sign to take some time out. Like, ah, that's it. I'm going away for a weekend. To reconnect with your lover, play with your children, and give yourself the luxury of time without an agenda. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. We forget why we decided to build them in the first place. Disconnection from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless beings 5 days a week in the name of survival. We strive to build the life of our dreams, but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card is wooing you back to what really matters and enjoying your incredible life. Star Seed Soul Inquiry. How can you surrender to the sweetness of life? What's one way you can enjoy your life a little more? Wow. Woo, 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 woo. I like that one. I love this whole theme this morning. It's so nice. That can be hard to get used to, that like, oh, this is going well. Like, what? Allow yourself to soak in that feeling. Enjoy life. Surrender to the sweetness. I just feel like what more is there to say about that card? I really don't think anything. I want to just say enjoy that feeling. And if you're like, I don't have that, guess what? You have something to add to your to-do list, right? It's just another thing to discover, and it's all here for you to discover. Okay, this is the third card that I've never had before. Ugh. Okay, Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Inner Earth, also known as Agartha, is believed to be a hidden subterranean world within the planet itself. Many ancient cultures mention it in their stories. It's said that some of the beings of ancient lost lands, such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Aravarta, went there. Hindu and Celtic lore mentions caves and entrances to underground worlds. Don't even talk about it. Maybe that's where I'm going. Oh my God. Don't even talk about it. Okay. Tibetan Buddhism refers to the secret mystical city Shambhala, which is thought to be located in the Himalayas. I just can't. Okay. Many have searched for inner earth in the physical world, but without success. So the mystery continues. Is it a place that exists in the physical or on another level of consciousness? This is like, guys, this is so my jam. Sorry, I need to stop saying guys, folks. This is all my jam. Okay. There are solutions beyond what you can perceive. Surprising outcomes to your problems and situations. Resolutions that are in the best interests of all involved. If you find yourself facing an obstacle or feeling stuck and have no idea what to do, you're being reassured that there is a way out. You'll survive this and things will work out. If you're stuck in a rut, do something to shake up the energy and shift your thinking. Try something you wouldn't normally do. Soon you'll see that whole new worlds of solutions are available. Things that were previously beyond your focus will present themselves. Thank you. Wow. Sorry, they just downloaded me something that I'll be sharing with you when I'm done. Helpful people, signs from the universe, and support in both expected and unexpected ways are on their way to you. But first, you need to do something different to shift your focus so you can receive them. The Star Seed Soul Inquiry. What can you do to shift your energy or your outlook? These cards are telling a story for us today. We need to take care of ourselves and we need to acknowledge and accept who we are and what we need, and that it isn't going to be up everyone's alley. And that's not our problem. We're here to take care of ourselves. When we take care of ourselves, we create this space and allow for other people to help support us. and there are people around us that we can trust. It's safe. We're good. When these things are happening, and we add in this other element to um, a wonderful life, we surrender to the sweetness and remember feeling joy and just doing something that we need to do, opening our hearts to love, taking that adventure, um, whatever it may be. And yes, you can do this in a pandemic. People are doing these things in pandemics. And it's not to say it's wrong or bad if you don't. It's just to say there's stuff that's out there for us right now. You can totally find something. Enjoy the sweetness. When we enjoy the sweetness, when we're taking care of ourselves, when we're allowing people who care about us to help us, because that's what they want to do too, we open up to the most surprising opportunities. And that is a solution. Those opportunities are solutions to things. It's like, yo, I never would have thought. Just by taking better care of myself, letting people take care of me, opening my heart, enjoying my life, really going for things. It's going to bring up some pretty cool stuff. Say yes. Why not? What the heck have you got to lose? Not a damn thing. Our last card today, also one I have not seen, is Earthed, which is really funny because it goes back to the beginning message. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. The challenge for all souls having a human experience is to be in the world, but not of it. To realize they are souls having a human experience and be fully conscious of it. To have their soul fully embody their body. People's personalities tend to relate to either transcendence or immanence. Those who lean toward transcendence have a longing for the heavens and the metaphysical. They yearn for a personal experience with God and to be lost in the heavens. They're envious of the angels and are more comfortable praying than hanging out in the stars than of earth. Those who tend toward immanence have attached themselves to earth and their body. They spend more time thinking about things in the physical world rather than connecting with the heavens or their own mystical inner world. Trust me, those ones are the best. Being a fully embodied soul, having a human experience means finding the balance between transcendence and immanence. Ain't that the truth? Being in the world, but not of it. Most starseeds are drawn toward transcendence. Ugh, of course we are. They're more comfortable with the angels in the heavens. Life on earth can be more difficult for them. If this is you, you're being reminded that you chose to be a soul in a body on earth. And you're being called to focus more of your energies in the physical world, to learn how to be human, a soul in a human body, fully present to what life on earth has to offer you. Starseed Soul Inquiry. Do you tend to long for the stars or be more in the physical? How can you find a greater balance between the two? Spirit just laid out all the tools to feel fulfilled and to get to where you want to go. And maybe you're like, well, I don't know where I want to go. Fair, but you want to have a good life. You want to have a life you can enjoy. You want stability. You want love. You want to, do the things you want to do and enjoy and feel purpose. Okay, so start to cultivate those things. What can we do to take care of ourselves today? How can we open our hearts and let people take care of us? Because we have people who want to do that to us too. And really, when you're a giving person, like us as givers, that's our nature, that we came here to do that. It makes us feel good. But you know what? We're not the only people who are givers. So we have to remember to be open to receiving, because we have people who want to give to us because that makes them feel good. But you know what? Receiving makes us feel good. And sometimes we have to check our ego, you know? It's it's a balance. We need to surrender to the sweetness, right? Let's enjoy our life. If you're having a good laugh, enjoy the fuck out of that good laugh. You know, if you meet someone and you're like, I kind of like them, hey, go for it. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a job opportunity and you're like, this seems so random and like, what is this? And oh my God, I never, it's like, why not go for it? You're going to get something out of it. You're going to learn something. You're going to figure more things out. And the longer you do this, the more well-oiled that machine, that energetic machine becomes, and things just flow. So I did this the other day at the end of my reading, and I really just feel called to do it today because, you know, this is all evolving, like, which I find exciting, you know. Um, what are things I'm going to do? What's going to happen next? We don't know. So when I'm giving Reiki, this is how I prepare. And I'm just going to send some Reiki out into um, the universe. Yeah, I do want to sing into the unknown. And you can receive it if you'd like. It's going to be directed at what these cards are about for all of us. And I will do this for a moment. Yeah, because the soul wants to be calm because we know the soul knows it's okay, right? It's our humanness. It's this experience of being a human that really affects us up. So to just allow that calmness when you feel it, really soak in that calmness, take it in because we draw on that. That's why I say with this card comes up the surrender, the sweetness. Really soak in the sweetness when you have the moments. That's going to help sustain you when things are not so sweet because that's life. Like we know some shit's going to come up at some point we're going to need to deal with. Cool. Do a little buffer. I'm doing a little Reiki Windex, okay? Where I'm cleaning you up. Oh, hey, you're all bright. Perfect. So what this is just energy. If you felt what I was feeling, you may be feeling something. It's energy. It's all what it is. And the Reiki acts as is like the facilitating like medicinal energy, right? The Reiki shifts the energy to medicine to cleanse whatever needs to be cleansed from your energy. Okay, friends, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I look forward to doing this again. Take care. Bye.